This is a sketchbook of the florals that I painted with sketchpens. I've been experimenting with them for the past month, and these were all of those that I created. I tried different colors, different palettes, and of course, different florals. So, hi, I'm Sean, an illustrator based in Goa, and welcome to my big art experiment where each month I try a new medium. This month it's all about sketch pens, and so I painted a bunch of florals that you would have probably seen on my profile. I mean, if you haven't, please go check it out. There's a post on them. However, I really love these florals, and I'm planning to make one of these into a pattern that can be used across various surfaces. It can be used for packaging, it can be used as a textile print, it can be used for notebook covers, the works, wherever you require a pattern. So the video you're about to watch is all about how I transfer it from a notebook into a file that can go into print, and you get like this wonderful product. Okay, so stick around and let me know what you think. And if you if you wanna check out these other florals that I had drawn, you can go to my Instagram profile and check out the carousel, my floral journey. So to begin with, you can take a canvas size of, I've taken a canvas size of 10 by 10, and I've taken my scanned image that I scanned at 300 dpi. I've placed it within the workspace, and the first thing I've done is I've just cropped off all the other borders. And my initial plan was to select all the black space and delete it because I didn't want the black space to kind of be there while I created the pattern, but I kind of decided to go about it differently then. So first I started doing is selecting each individual element and copying it and putting it on another layer. So you can see how my layers are increasing. That's because I'm selecting each floral element and duplicating it. What I'm going to do is then populate the workspace with these individual elements. So I'm going to keep the main space the same, and I'm just going to take off all of the half-filled florals, right? And I'm going to put them on another layer. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. Let's see. So after I take off all of the other adjoining like the surrounding spaces which are incomplete, I have now set a boundary of like 8" by 8". So I've gone in 2 inches on either sides, but I feel like it might be a little too small. I don't have this red one, so what I'm going to do is first I'm going to select it, take it onto a new layer, then I'm going to crop another portion of a petal which I think can match, merge them together, then take a clone tool and slowly recreate that that cut petal, so that I have a complete flower, and you won't even realize like it's redone. Clean out the edges, place it there, and then the other elements that are also left behind, which I haven't really duplicated, I'm going to duplicate them one by one. The reason why I'm doing this first is so that I can then populate the entire space, right? So yeah, I think taking it in 2 inches on either sides is not going to work. What you can do is you don't have to only create a rectangle, a square repeat. You can always go bigger and go into different dimensions. So what I've done is I've expanded my workspace by adding more inches, 5 inches on all sides, right? So that it gives me enough of space to keep my elements on the side while I'm working on this particular piece. I've duplicated it and taken 2 of that one repeat. Why? Well, let's just say that it's easier to create a repeat. Like what I'm trying to say is, when you do see the final repeat, you won't be able to see it won't be in a small space, right? So if I was to use just that one scan image, I would be repeating far more. And then, like, I didn't want to. So you can decide that based on two things. One, what is the overall final motif size you want? Second is how much of a spread do you want in it? So I want to keep the spread the same as what I've drawn, and I just want to repeat it without it actually having too many overlapping or repeating elements, right? So that's why I am going to create it this way. So I've started to take these individual elements and I place them. I'm starting to repeat it, creating that little space. Always remember that when you do take an element to repeat it, do not place it in the same position that it initially was. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to rotate it, and you can see me doing that continuously across all the elements. Because have you ever noticed a print and then you see like it's the same element has been repeated without even rotating it or recreating it? Your eye is immediately going to pick that up because it's in the same same orientation, right? So just for the sake of it, just orient it in different ways. You can even resize it. You can change the color. You can have fun with it however you want to. I didn't want to. I chose not to put too much time into it, so I'm just repeating them. What I just did was you cut, you keep. So now this repeat has to be. I didn't mention this earlier. So when you're creating a repeat, what happens is you need it to match from one end to the other, right? All your boundaries need to match, because then when that same element, that basic unit of a repeat is repeated, okay, while being printed, it should match, it should align. So what I'm doing is trying to get that alignment while I'm cleaning out little images here and there, little elements here and there. Okay, so I have moved from a square repeat to a rectangle version right now, and I've created black as an overall color for the background, because I'm going to keep that kind of black color in this new pattern that I create. I like the pop of color of the elements against the black. So you can see that I'm trying to reach the edge of it, and then I duplicate. You can just bring it down back again to the bottom part. All you need to do is hold down shift and drag, right? It will keep it in the same space without it moving while you drag your element to the bottom of it. See that there is no space left. So I've made grid marks, right? Those bluish color lines that you see, the bounding lines, those are grids. What I've done is I've put it exactly on the space that I want to keep as my basic unit. So anything that I'm bringing from one end to the other side to repeat it, it's exactly on that line, right? So that when you do create a repeat, there is no space in between. Most of your work in this is just going to be gauging the elements and seeing what fits where, moving them around based on that. Copying, duplicating it, recreating a certain portion of it. Now this particular element, I could also like cut it off and see that I only use one bud, right? So you want to also be aware of like when you do make that repeat and it is completed and now it's going to get repeated when it's printed, where do these elements fall in when you see the whole picture? Right? Because this is a basic unit that you're looking at right now. It is going to be repeated multiple times horizontally and vertically when it goes into printing, depending on the size of the final product. So you can do a little bit like this is exactly how you can tell. Follow the steps of how I've done it, and that's going to give you a very clear idea of how to gauge. It'll show you the repeat pattern automatically, right? So that's going to help you understand how to do this. And then you can see if there are any horizontal spaces, vertical spaces. Like in the first try, if you notice, there is a diagonal empty line space that's happening because of all the flowers. So that's why I'm moving these two elements primarily a little higher up so that it breaks that line, and it is not like a straight diagonal line that's going across. Okay, so you just have to be aware of your negative and positive spaces, like when you are creating this repeat, so that you can tell if things are getting too busy in some places or spread out too much in the other place, if there are lines that being formed unknowingly across it all. Okay, I kind of feel like we are getting to the end of it. So here's what I'm doing is just like quickly filling up the gaps that I see, across the larger gaps across the corners. So this way, so this is me checking to see, did I go off? Did I leave any space? Okay, you can always like delete, rotate, and you can see how I'm playing with it just so that I can create some kind of spacing. Okay, and also to avoid any negative space. Once you're clear on it, again what you can do is just crop to the edges of your repeat so that all of the extra space goes away, and you can go to view and you can go to pattern preview, and that will help you automatically understand that's what you use to figure out the pattern, right? Like if it's repeating correctly. So here you see me doing that. You crop it to the exact size. Oh yeah, I have some little edits that quickly can take that away, because there's that negative space that's popping up too much in that corner, right? So crop it, go to view, go to pattern, print pattern, and pattern preview, and then quickly you'll get an idea. What I've done is right now I've just duplicated the entire group so that I can make edits on it. So first what I tried to do was change the levels, and just so that it becomes black and I can quickly gauge and see if this pattern is working. You can remove your bounding lines. So now you can see it's more or less set. There are a few tweaks that I would like to do, like things that are still not yet standing, like are not too perfect. So I feel like this red one's causing a little bit of a problem because it's again creating that kind of it's giving away that repeating space and like repeating empty space, right? So I've moved it. I'm adding all these smaller elements to it. Also try it. If it doesn't work, take it away, add another one. Like that one's not working there, but it works in another space. So I'm going to create that, and then just play around, have fun. Nothing is set in stone. Just be aware of your negative and positive space, and just be aware of the kind of print you want to create. Okay, sometimes you do it, and along the journey of like while you're creating the print, you get some ideas, you get like an idea of what to do or how to go about it, and a lot of it comes from just practice. Okay, I think this is more or less good. So I'm going to again just duplicating a layer, going back to that same thing of, now I'm clear that my pattern is set. It looks good. What I'm going to do is I want to take off the black from the scan. So it's the paper right now. If I use levels or I do anything, the colors of the sketch pens get even more intense and brighter because I'm changing my levels. So what I'm just doing here is a basic magic wand on a contiguous is on, so that it doesn't select the black from inside the flowers, right? But just in those little spaces. You can spend some time kind of cleaning your image out if you have other ways. So here's the thing, the best thing about Photoshop is you can get the final output through multiple ways of doing it. So I urge you, if you do have another way of how you could create this, I would love to hear about it. Feel free to mention it in the comment section about how else I could go about doing it. But that's what I found over these many years is you can do this multiple ways, and you don't need to be too particular about someone else's technique. I mean, of course, learn a new thing while you can, but you don't have to overthink how to do it. So once I've cleared out this entire space, there are of course a few basic things that are still there, like that whole black thing. yeah, just take out whatever and as much as you can. I didn't go into the finer details of cleaning it out because this is just like a rough thing for me for now. And what I've done is I'm not I've, I want to remove the sketchiness, the little slightly pixelating image of it. So that's what I did. And I'm going to save my file. The repeat looks great. And here we are. Some of the mocks of how it could look as different products. So like a box, a book, a little pouch, right? And yeah, all of them together. So let me know what you think. I'm excited to share this with y'all. And I can't wait to hear from y'all. Let me know in the comments. Do follow, share, and subscribe to this channel for more such art experiments. Till then, Mogasu.